Good morning, I'm Craig DeGrelli. It's Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, and these are your Unbiased Updates. This morning, our most in-depth look so far at Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation into former President Donald Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election. And there's new skin in the game over the battle over who actually caught Ohtani's 50th home run ball.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world, these are today's Unbiased Updates.
The U.S. Supreme Court is wrong. That's the key takeaway from newly unsealed documents filed by Special Counsel Jack Smith in his investigation into former President Donald Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election results. A new filing revealed on Wednesday claims Trump was, quote, fundamentally acting as a private candidate and not the president of the United States when he sought to overturn his loss. The latest filing comes in response to the Supreme Court's ruling this past summer that said Trump had immunity for official actions taken while still in office. The filing also alleges the former president knew his claims about the 2020 election being stolen were lies, but he spread them anyways as a ploy to stay in power. It also includes evidence of Trump's phone usage during the Capitol riot on January 6th, when it claims the former president was scrolling Twitter and claims Trump pressured then Vice President Mike Pence to reject Electoral College votes. In an interview with News Nation after the new filing was made public, former President Donald Trump accused Jack Smith of trying to interfere with this year's election.
This was a weaponization of government, and that's why it was released 30 days before the election. And it's nothing new in there, by the way, nothing new. They rigged the election. I didn't rig the election. They rigged the election.
The new filing unsealed just 33 days before the election this November. Trump has pleaded not guilty to 4 criminal charges, accusing him of a conspiracy to obstruct the congressional certification of the election, attempting to defraud the U.S. out of accurate results, and interfering with Americans' voting rights. He will be in Michigan later today for a campaign rally. Turning now to the Middle East, at least 6 people are dead after Israel bombed Beirut early Thursday morning. It comes after Israeli forces suffered their deadliest day on the Lebanese front since clashes with the Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah started almost a year ago. 7 Israeli soldiers died in this recent offensive. Lebanese health officials say, in addition to those killed, at least 7 more people were wounded in what Israel says was a precise strike on Lebanon's capital, not far from the Lebanese prime minister's office. Meantime, the Israeli army says it's downed at least 2 drones and more than 24 rockets fired from Lebanon so far on Thursday. The death toll from Hurricane Helene has risen to at least 191 across 6 states, making it the second deadliest U.S. hurricane in the past 50 years, behind Hurricane Katrina in 2005. The storm hit Florida last week before sweeping through the southeast, causing widespread flooding and devastation, especially in North Carolina, where at least 95 people have died. Nearly 1.5 million people remain without access to power. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, is providing critical supplies like meals, water, and generators. But Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas warned that FEMA lacks sufficient funding to sustain relief efforts throughout the entire hurricane season. He stressed the need for additional funding, noting that FEMA is meeting immediate needs but might not have the resources to continue if another storm strikes. Hurricane season runs from June through November, with most storms occurring in September and October. Congress recently replenished $20 billion for FEMA's disaster relief fund, but lawmakers may need to reconvene before the election to approve more money if necessary. More than 150,000 households have registered for FEMA assistance, and that number is expected to grow as damage assessments continue. Federal prosecutors are now asking for an indefinite delay in scheduling the trial for the man charged in an apparent assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. They say they've collected a massive amount of evidence since the Secret Service, with the help of local police in Florida, arrested Ryan Ruth last month after authorities say an agent spotted him with a gun outside the Florida golf course where the former president was playing. Prosecutors have asked the judge in the case to officially designate the case as complex, saying they've interviewed hundreds of witnesses across various states and have thousands of videos to review from electronic devices they've seized. They also say more than 100 outstanding subpoena returns are still pending. According to the filing, Ruth's defense attorneys did not oppose the prosecutor's request to delay the trial date. Ruth's lawyers have entered a not guilty plea on his behalf on the attempted assassination charges. We now know what caused the massive and deadly wildfire in Maui, Hawaii that claimed 102 lives and caused more than $5 billion in damage. The U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Firearms, Tobacco, and Explosives has classified the fire as accidental, saying it started when a re-energized broken power line sparked, touching off the fire in an unmaintained vegetation area. The ATF also ruled out the possibility there had been two separate fires, saying definitively, quote, "This, in fact, was one fire." The 2023 wildfire was the fifth deadliest in U.S. history and the worst natural disaster in Hawaii history, according to the U.S. Fire Administration. Flames destroyed much of the historic city of Lahaina. It sparked other investigations centered on police response and the response from state and Maui County agencies. The battle over Shohei Ohtani's 50th home run ball intensifies as a second fan files a lawsuit claiming ownership of the valuable souvenir. The ball, hit during Ohtani's historic September 19th game for the Dodgers against the Miami Marlins, has reached about $1.5 million in auction bids. Joseph Davidoff, who filed the lawsuit in Florida, claims he had possession of the ball before another fan jumped on him, causing it to roll into the hands of Chris Belansky, who later auctioned it. Davidoff is seeking more than $50,000 in damages. This follows 18-year-old Max Mattis's earlier lawsuit, alleging that Belansky forcibly took the ball from him during the scramble in the stands. Both fans are pursuing rightful ownership of the ball, which celebrates Ohtani's achievement as the first player to hit 50 home runs and steal 50 bases in a season. The ongoing legal disputes have delayed the auction, with a court hearing scheduled for October 10th. The ball's rising value has garnered widespread attention, rivaling the $1.5 million sale of Aaron Judge's American League record-breaking 62nd home run ball in 2022. I guess you could say now even the fans need an agent. Those are your unbiased updates for this Thursday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. For all of us here at Straight Arrow News, I'm Craig DeGrelli. Have a great day.